Hello everyone, this is Srimati from Dr. Ambedkar Global Law Institute, Tirupati. Today we are going to see the liability of underwriters in respect of an underwriting contract. So how we have to determine the liability of underwriters. This is today's class. So here it's about very much necessary to determine the number of shares or debentures which has been taken by the underwriters as per the underwriting contract. Okay, so based on this, the liabilities are determined and the commission which is payable by them are to be settled with the difference between this number of shares taken by them and then the commission payable to them. So here we have the different methods for calculating or determining the liabilities. The first one is complete underwriting and second one is partial underwriting. And today we are going to see only the complete underwriting. So under complete underwriting we have two heads, that is when the entire issue is fully underwritten by a single underwriter. The second one is when an entire issue is fully underwritten by two or more underwriters. So let us see the first one. When the entire issue is fully underwritten by a single underwriter. It means what? That is, if the company issues shares and it should be fully subscribed by the public. In case if it has been fully subscribed by the public, then the underwriter is free from any liabilities. They don't want to pay any amount or they don't want to get any shares from the company, and he gets only the commission without taking any shares or debentures. Okay, and then if suppose if the issue is not fully subscribed by the public, then the underwriters has to take all the shares or debentures which are not applied for by the public. Okay, then he has to pay for such a shares and debentures. So when they are paying, the company has to adjust the commission towards this payment of shares and debentures. Okay, so here we will see the problem so that it will easy to understand. A company issues 10,000 equity shares of ₹10 each at par. The issue were underwritten by Kishore and Co. for a maximum commission permitted by the law. Then the public applied for and received 8,000 shares. Give journal entries in the company's books and also calculate the underwriting commission. Okay, so this is about a problem. So we have to give the journal entries in the books of companies. So how we have to give the journal entries? You know how to prepare a journal entries. Have a date, particulars, debit, credit. So start with for the issue of shares. So how many shares they subscribed public? 8,000 shares. Okay, so the bank account to debtor to equity share capital account. So 8,000 shares multiply with 10 rupees. So 80,000 amount column, debit in 80,000, credit in 80,000. And then the balance amount of 2,000 shares must be taken by the underwriters. Okay, since the company issues 10,000 shares but the public subscribed for 8,000 shares only. So the balance 2,000 must be taken by the underwriters. Okay, so underwriter, who is underwriter? Kishore and Co. So the Kishore and Co account debit, it is 20,000, 2,000 multiply with 10, 20,000 to equity share capital account, 20,000 credit. Okay, being the shares to be underwritten, underwriters as per underwriting agreement. Okay, and then the company has to pay the underwriting commission to the underwriters. Okay, so how much it is payable? In the last class I said as per the Companies Act 5% it is, but according to the SEBI guidelines, it is about SEBI guidelines on Ministry of Finance, then it is about only 2.5%. Okay, so the maximum commission as per law in force is 2.5% only. So the total, it is the entire issue is underwritten by the Kishore and Co. So the entire amount issue value is 1 lakh rupees. So multiply 1 lakh multiply with 2.5%, it is 2,500. Okay, underwriting commission. So underwriting commission account data, since it is an expenditure, it should be debit. So underwriting commission account data 2,500. To whom it goes? To Kishore and Co. So to Kishore and Co account 2,500. So already the Kishore and Co has to pay 20,000. Now the company has to pay to Kishore and Co is 2,500. So we have to adjust the Kishore and Co account, and balance amount we have to receive from Kishore and Co. So that is bank account debtor. So balancing 20,000 minus 2,500, it is 17,500. So bank account debtor 17,500 to Kishore and Co account 17,500, being the receipt of balance from the underwriters after adjusting the commission value. Hope you understand this. Please repeat if you are not able to understand. Please raise a question in the comment box. The next one is when an entire issue is fully underwritten by 2 or more underwriters. That is, if the issue is fully subscribed by the public, then the underwriters are completely free from any liability, we know. Okay, and they will receive the commission on a portion of each, for each of them, how much they have given, how much portion of issue each of them has given an underwritten. Okay, so they may give, if 2 underwriters are there, then they used to give this much of percentage I am going to give an underwriting, like. So that much portion alone they have to get as a commission. And then if the issue is not fully subscribed by the public, and then the underwriters has to take the balance of shares or debentures, then the liability of each underwriter is to be determined in a different manner. Okay, that is the gross liability of each underwriters. So it should be in a format. So particulars, the number of shares we have to put, and then gross liability of each underwriters as per agreed ratio we have to calculate, and then it should be reduced by marked application. So you want to know what is marked application is. So here the marked application means when a company issues shares to the public, then the company issues, when the shares are under underwriting also, then the company issues shares directly to the public and also through the underwriters. Where the underwriters issues or sells the shares by having a stamp or marking their name, then we say that it is about a stamp or marking on the application, the name of the underwriters under whom the particular application is sold. Then that mark application is deemed through, it has been received by the underwriters, through the underwriters. So here we should say that marked application means a particular application which has been received through the underwriters. It should be bear the name of the underwriters. Say for example X and Co, Y and Co on the top of the application. And then unmarked application means, so those these are duly filled up application received by the company from the public without bearing any stamp or marking by the any underwriters. Then it is about unmarked applications. Okay, so this is about we say it is direct applications. Okay, and then so you know what is about a marked application is. Okay, so it should be reduced by marked application, and if any balance is left over, then we have to reduce the unmarked application in the gross liability, in the ratio of gross liability, and the balance is net liability. Then we have to transfer, if suppose any surplus is there of one underwriters, then it should be transferred to the other underwriters in their gross liability ratio. Then balance, if any, that is about called net liability. Let us see a problem so that it will be easy to understand. Bharat Limited issued 1,50,000 equity shares. The whole of issue was underwritten as follows. X 50%, Y 25% and Z 25%. Applications for 1,20,000 shares were received in all, out of which applications for 30,000 shares had a stamp of X, those of 15,000 shares that of Y, and those of 30,000 shares that of X. So the remaining applications for 45,000 shares did not bear any stamp. Determine the liability of underwriters. This is about a very simple problem where the whole issue is underwritten by 3 underwriters, okay, in an agreed ratio of 50%, 25%, 25%. So the total issue is 1,50,000 shares. In that only 1,20,000 shares were received. Balance 30,000 is not received. Okay, so the liability should be there to the underwriters. Let us see how to do a problem. Okay, so statement showing the liability of underwriters. So we have to take the underwriters in different columns, X, Y, Z, and also the total column. So I has to verify cross verification. Okay, so particular column is there. So gross liability, what is their gross liability? 50% of X, 25% of Y, and 25% of Z. So out of 1,50,000, 50% is 75,000, 25% is 37,500, and 25% is 37,500. This is their gross liability. Out of this, we have to reduce the marked applications by each underwriters. So less marked applications. Mr. X, for X, how much application? 30,000. Stamped application 30,000. For Y, 15,000. And then for Z, it is about 30,000 marked applications are there. So totally 75,000. So reduce that minus. Okay, you reduce these values, then you will get balance values. Then you have to less the unmarked applications. Okay, so unmarked applications in the ratio of gross liability in 2:1:1. So out of 1,20,000 shares, marked application has 75,000 shares. So the remaining has 45,000 shares, which is about unmarked applications. Okay, so this unmarked application is transferred to the underwriters in the ratio of 2:1:1. How we got 2:1:1? 50%, 25%, 25%. This is simplified in 2:1:1. Okay, so in this ratio, so 22,500, 11,250, 11,250. So totally it is 45,000. So when you reduce this, so here you see there is about a minus value to Z, means he has only the liability of 7,500, but we are giving 11,250. So this 3,750 is surplus. So this surplus should be transferred to X and Y in the gross liability ratio. Okay, so the gross liability ratio is 2:1 to X and Y. So this 3,750 should be transferred to 2:1, 2,500, 1,250, so that it is reduced. So the balance value is 20,000, 10,000, and there is no liability to Z. And then the total share is 30,000 remaining. So the net liability is 20,000 to X and Y 10,000, and then totally it is 30,000. See, 1,50,000 is the total issue. Applications were received for 1,20,000 shares. So the remaining 30,000 should be shared by X and Y in this. This is about a net liability. Okay, please understand this. And if you have any questions, raise it in the comment box. And until the next, it's bye from Srimati. Thank you.